Hello, YouTube. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, maybe I should act like I'm gonna put this on YouTube just in case. Hi, Dennis. Bye, Dennis. Hi, TikTok. Okay, so time control was game in 90 with a 30-second increment. And we played from 4 until 9, so it was a 5-hour game. About. Maybe 5.5. Just sucked a lot. But okay. I didn't really do any prep for this game because like 2 years ago we had a match and I was just gonna use my prep from that because I mean, what are we gonna change our openings? That's ridiculous. 2 years. Anyway, okay. So he does the Londons and I increment. Where's my delay? I know. What? It's exhausting. Okay. C5. I don't know. He always likes to take pawns. He doesn't understand gambits. It's his words. Like, he'd take the pawn. Pawn is a knight. So, the move is b6 here normally, I think. That's what I was playing, but I played knight a6. He tries to hang on to his pawn, as you do. I play bishop g7, putting my bishop on a square that is pointed at the queen. Plays bishop e5, and his reasoning... It was oh wait, the chat's all over. It was a really instructive game. For many reasons. But, okay, bishop e5, his reasoning was... He didn't think I could ever get rid of this stuff. But, I can, and I did. So I castle to protect my bishop. And for stuff. I'm gonna turn the music down. Okay, e3. You're gonna notice every move is an inaccuracy. That's fine. So I played b6 because I want to be able to recapture with the bishop. Also, the idea is if he takes, I have d6. And I just have way too much compensation and all my pieces are out and almost none of his are. So he took it because he takes with the pawn. And I played d6. And if the bishop retreats to f4 or g3, maybe I play knight h5 and I get the bishop anyway at some point. So he decided to just take the knight right away. Cut out the extra little dance. So now I'm attacking his queen. Okay, queen d5. I was actually pretty surprised to see this. I didn't really know where he was going to put his queen, though. Like, I didn't really... Oh, where do you put your queen here? d1? But, here... Okay, so he's attacking my rook and threatening b7. So I play bishop b6, defending almost all those threats, and attacking the queen. Plays queen b5, which the computer loved. Okay, let me fix it. He's 2 pawns up, but engine says black is above the red line. I'm +3 here. Well, because let's do a little exercise here. It involves counting, so some of you may not be able to do it. We're gonna count how many pieces I have developed, and then we're gonna count how many pieces he has. So, okay, so 1, 2, 3, and my king. And the queen is developed. Uno! So, this is chess. This is why I play chess. To play. Maybe queen b6 is okay, I don't know. Okay, it takes b is fine. And bishop c4... So, the move here is obvious now that I think about it. I played I played d5, because if bishop b3, knight c5, and his idea is to put the bishop on c2, so I'm kind of helping him do that. If I just play bishop f5 though, I mean, now this is another piece in his way, and I'm threatening to. I can only guess on what exactly is going on here. I'll turn the computer on for a minute. Let's show the threat. This is the threat. Yeah, the queen's like close to being trapped. So he has to play like queen b3 or something. Queen b3, knight c5, queen d1. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is the idea. What the fuck? Anyone else know what's going on? Queen b6. Okay, I guess he just can't defend this. Queen b6, queen e2. And... oh, and then I play knight b3. Okay. So b5 is a nice move. Probably would not have found that. Actually, I don't know, I played b5 later on. So I just should do this when you beat Dean. But instead... oops. Instead, I just played d5 because I liked that I was developing all my pieces with Tempe. And now I play a move that I really like, actually. I had a much better move, but mine is still very interesting. I played bishop d7 to play e5. The funny thing is, I did a diagonal retreat, which is hard to see, but actually bishop c8 is best here. Which makes a lot of sense. And look how fucked up his position is. This is hopeless. I'm going to play e5. And he's not going to castle. And he has to just struggle to survive. So I did not see bishop c8. I was still proud of bishop d7. Tempo. When I play e5. And then I thought this was very good for me. Stop saying dubious, computer. It's interesting. Yeah. Knight f3. So okay, a d4. D4 is good. Knight b to d2, and if Rhett is still watching, guess what is best here? I'll give you a hint. We already talked about it. Just play bishop c8. Just play bishop c8. It's good. Why am I not playing bishop c8? Just play. It's easy. It's so obvious. Just play bishop c8. No. No, white is not going to live through this. Bishop c8, and then queen d1, I guess. This is the way to go, but... no castling. This is so weird. Okay, it wants to play knight e4. And bishop to g7. Or b. Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, I was like, I don't understand this move at all. It's a weird computer move. No, this is what I just read it wrong. And then this is absolutely disgusting. This is vile. So I wish I had seen bishop c8. Instead I played bishop g4, which is fine. Still winning. And in the post-mortem here, we were saying that d takes c is probably good, and then rook a3. Let's see what the computer thinks. Or no, not here. I considered sacking the exchange, but maybe rook c8, and then yeah, computer just wants rook c8. It's just very simple. But this is what I saw. I saw this. Castles. And now if I play f5, I thought maybe he would try queen c4. So I wanted to play queen d5, but I guess, okay. I guess I could have played queen d5 here. I don't know why I didn't. I played d3. And so, okay. I'm just letting the computer think for a minute. It's on a very low depth, so I don't know. Played queen d1, then queen d5. It's more accurate if I just play queen d5 first. Just didn't want to allow this, but I guess that doesn't make any sense. And he needs to play knight e to d2 here. Then I go there. I don't understand. Here. Whoops. Not to that. I thought this was pretty bad for him. Like, this looked awful. This is what the computer thinks you should do, right? Yeah, my brain too, like, it hurts. I just ate some spaghetti when I got home, and I already feel like throwing it up, because my stomach's so upset from the chess. But, I don't know, I just feel like that's not a very human thing to do. He played h3 immediately, which is kind of the only thing I really considered as a real possibility. But, and then I missed something here, so this was very sad. I was gonna play bishop takes h3, but I thought this was more simple to take here first. Or to just take. And then he can't get rid of my pawn ever, because if he takes, this is a fork. But I missed knight h2. He just has knight h2 there. So right away, I just completely lost my advantage with this move. Feel slightly better, but... Or I'm just better, but yeah. I took here because he took here and I was like, what? You can't do that! But he can. So, that was insane that I missed that. Here, says I should play queen b7. And I don't know. Let's just take on h3. It's so stupid. I had like a weird... I thought after this, I was afraid he was gonna get e4 in, and then I wouldn't have anything, because this would be sort of dead. I mean, I can reroute it, and then also I'd lose this pawn. But Rhett was saying bishop f5 here, which is fine, but it says I can just play bishop g4. What's the deal here? Okay, so I'm just gonna play f5. Can't move his knight, so how is he gonna get this pawn? What was I thinking? I did not realize. I wanted to win! Storms out screaming. Yeah, I did say that a few times today. Oh yeah, predict the center pawn loss for each side. Okay, so I just like completely misevaluated like several different positions because I'm not good at chess, and that was what happened. So let's go back. D5. I didn't see that she could just take the d pawn. Now it's equal. I have nothing. This doesn't quite work. It wouldn't work at all if he didn't have knight h2 as a resource, but because of b5 and rook a4, and he can't take on b5 because I take and then threatening checkmate. So he doesn't have time to take my rook. Unfortunately, he has knight h2. Uh-oh. Yeah, she just has knight h2 here. And I take, and I'm like, okay, like maybe this endgame is not winning for me, but I do think that I have more play. And I did oh fart. So if you'll notice, some key things to notice in this position, this knight has almost no squares. So if the king were to ever come here, then f5 would trap the knight. So that's one idea I had in mind. Also, that was pretty much it. But I missed. I played rook c2. He took, and I played bishop c3. And listen, normally I would never do this because I'm allowing a pin. But I thought it just worked out well for me because I missed something. I just didn't consider a certain move. So I played rook c2, which is fine. This is fine. I'm not losing yet. I played rook d1. Notice he can't play knight f6 or knight e5 right now because I take his rook. And what I want to do is get my rooks going and push this back and get something. Because I'm still upset that I'm now in an equal position after winning for most of the opening and middle game. So I'm not in a good mental state right now. I'm in a okay, it's equal, but I still need to win sort of mindset, which is stupid. So I'm still trying to win here. Plays rook b1. And if I just play king g7, I'm like slightly better. I have way more play than him. The reason I can't play something like rook d2 right now is because I'm gonna get checkmated. And that looked like death to me, so I decided not to do that. I played h5 because knight e5 what was I thinking? I swear I had an idea if knight e5. guess rook d2 there is what I was thinking. But I just failed to consider that the knight has another square that it can go to. I was just in my head, okay, these are the 2 squares the knight can go to. And like, maybe for a second I looked at knight f6, but I was like, but it's defended. I don't know, something about like both of these moves not being possible now, but now it is. I guess I don't know, just slipped my mind somehow. So I played h5. Now I'm a lot worse because he has knight f6, which I did not see. And now I have to just really try and hold on to even draw. I don't know what else it could possibly be besides rook b2. It takes with the horse. I was actually not expecting this. I thought he was going to take the rook. And just push his pawn, and I thought that was going to be difficult for me because where does my bishop go to help? I mean, sure, in some scenarios I get like a check. But I don't know, he took here. Now it's, you know, it's just like equal. Mostly. But I'm terrible at endgames. And so I had to try my absolute hardest here. How much time did we both have here? 30. Oh, I stopped writing times. Do you know how much time we had here, Rhett? I thought, like, I didn't think this was winning for you, but I thought I would probably lose. But this is equal. 38. You can check number 35 or 40, whatever you wrote down. And, okay, rook b2 is what I'm supposed to play here. I guess I'm supposed to be trying to play h4 and, like, win this pawn. Is that what I'm supposed to be doing? I am, okay. I mean, I looked at this. I thought I wanted to keep these pawns here, so if the king ever went too far away, he might actually lose. That's what I thought. That's why I didn't go for this. You have 8 or 9 minutes, I have 25, yeah. And we have an increment, so. I offered a draw a little later. I figured he wouldn't want to draw here because he's the only one who can try to win. Oh, okay. So I played rook a1. Which, like, I mean, it's not a very good square for my rook. And now it's like... it's getting to be not as equal. I wanted to provoke some weaknesses here and make it so the king can't go too far away because I can possibly set up a cheap win. So g3, I play rook f1, try to provoke provoke f3 or something, but he just goes king f3 because that's where that belongs probably. And I thought g5 was probably premature. But I thought it worked out concretely. That's why I played it. Like, I fought for a while here. Because I thought I was picking up the a2 pawn, which I did. But then it's still like a miserable endgame I have to defend. So, okay, so I play h5, h4. I think I either... did I offer a draw here? I didn't write it down. I think I offered a draw here. Yeah, if your pawn were, I don't know, like here, then yeah, maybe possibly winning. So now he has to give up his a pawn to stop my h pawn. So I thought this should be a draw, which it is. So I think I may have offered a draw here. I don't know. This is completely equal. This is a draw. He plays f4, which I don't know. It's moving a pawn, and then we trade some stuff. Now with 45. Yeah, so when I played h4, I offered a draw because I knew it was a draw because I had calculated it. I mean, I wasn't 100% sure on this specific position, but I couldn't think of any way he could make progress. But so okay, so now we play like 100 more moves. Okay, 4. I'm just not letting his king do anything. And I like to keep my king close to my pawn, so I did that. It's completely equal. Check, check. The reason he cannot play, just by the way. Okay. So that's why he does that. Move order, king f2. And now I have a rook just cutting off his king from doing anything. So I didn't see any way you could possibly win this. His only idea would be to get his rook on this file and do something. That's like his only thing he can do. Even then, it's fine. So I'm just moving my rook back and forth because I don't believe that he has anything. This strategy is working for me. So I give check, and he's getting his king into d4, which is slightly annoying. Just moving my rook back and forth. Okay, still equal. Just moving my king and my rook. And here is the pivotal, is that a word? This is the move. Only one move draws, every other move loses. I only have one move that doesn't lose here. Makes plenty of sense, but you have to see that the move after that, there's another only move. So if you look at this move and you're like, well, but then he goes here and here, then I'm losing. So I'll let chat think for a minute. I'll let Rhett think. This is the position I've been trying to reach for like 30 moves though. And Rhett, we found this idea in a different position in our postmortem. Like part of the idea. But we still weren't sure. So okay, let's think. What is he trying to do here? He wants to play f5. How do we stop this move? I played rook a4. Rook a4 loses. And, okay, here's the thing. If I move my rook off the 7th rank, he gives check, and he gets his king into f6 and ends in, you know, probably checkmate me. If I keep my rook on the 7th rank, we'll play f5. Let's show threat for a minute. So, only move to not lose is rook a5. Makes sense. We're not allowing this because we take. But what you had to see here, which I did not see, I thought I was already lost here, and I didn't know what I did wrong. Like here, I thought I was losing, but I didn't understand what I did wrong. Oops, that's what I played. Or that's what no, I didn't play rook a4. So you had to see after rook b7, I have only one of these moves doesn't lose. And okay, obviously king d8 is stupid, so it's between king e8 and king f8. And one of these moves loses and one draws. Oh, and also king e6. One of these moves, I kind of gave it away. King e6. So what happens in the game was very similar. I ended up like in some way playing king e6, and the problem is he has this intermezzo of playing rook e7 check before taking on f7, like when my rook was over here, which I saw, but there was nothing I could really do. So if we play king e8, play king e8. Only one winning move for white. And it's makes a lot of sense. King f8 is the correct move. But we'll look at king e8. Yeah, so we play f5 here, giving up a pawn. But when I take, plays king f6 with tempo. And then I have to move my rook somewhere. Say a5. Rook b8 check. King d7. And rook f8, I think. Possibly also play with g7. Or b7. I don't know why I keep doing that. Rook b7 wins too. So. And then this is just easy win. Easy-ish. So. But the difference is when we play king to f8, the square is guarded. So if f5 here takes, and here, let me just here, right? Wait, okay, no. This is like one of the endgames we were looking at for a long time, trying to win. So, okay, so the only places I can put my rook and not lose are e4, e3, e2, and e1. G8 only move. This is a draw. And it's hard, but it's a draw. So I have to see king f8 in order to even go into this. And if, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense, but I didn't see this. So, long side, short side. So I stopped putting the game in here because, you know. Oh wait, no. What did you do? Oh, yeah, I played rook b7. I played. Yeah, I had like I was playing on increment here. And it's like I got down to like 15 seconds or something, and I had looked at king e6 for a long time, and I realized it was losing. But since I hadn't looked at the other moves, I played it. We were saying maybe king f8 here, but just f5. This sort of thing, no checks. So I played king e6, and yeah, and this is he has an intermezzo, which is very unlucky. Otherwise, this is draw, so I have this move. But he knew it. He knew how to do it. And I tried to give him the opportunity to not do this, because if he doesn't play rook e7, it's a draw. But I couldn't slip nothing past this guy. No. You almost didn't see it. That would have been nice. Guy played here. Yeah, and then you got me. And it was sad, and it was really long, and he had to do Filador. That's what it's called, right? When you do like this. What is that called? It's one of those things. But I made him play it out all the way because I was mad. So let's just go down some line. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, this is about exactly what happened. He got his little rook to the square. Lucina, okay. Which one is the Philidor? Oh, that's with the pawn with the rooks on the third, right? That's this, right? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. I know how to do them, but I don't know what they're called. Hello, DJ Chestos. Third rank defense. Yeah, that's another thing it's called. Okay, so this was like an exhausting mess of a game. I wanted to win. I really wanted to win. But I didn't.